Does it ever feel like your air conditioner isn't running as cold as it used to?
Keep watching, because we have a couple things that you can do to help make your air conditioner run more efficiently.
So your air conditioner isn't working like it used to. One thing that can cause that is dirty or clogged air filters. Now this is a relatively new RV. We've had it for about 3 months now, and it's been in the spring. We haven't really used the air conditioner that much, so we haven't had the need to go ahead and check the air filter until now. Recently it's been getting very warm, and especially during the summer when we're going to be using the air conditioner a lot, we're going to want to check the air filter every single week and clean it.
So, like Dan said, we do like to clean our air filters once a week during the summer months. Now, we also have a Husky, and when she shakes, her hair goes everywhere. And sometimes they can float up into the air, and you can see it when the sun's going through the windows. You can see it go up. So, we're going to keep to that weekly trend of cleaning our air filters once a week. According to our owner's manual for the Coleman Mach 48,000 series AC unit, we are only required to either clean or replace the filters. In order for you to replace it, they would have to get torn. And the only way that they're really going to get torn is if you do something while you're cleaning them. So if you follow me over to the AC, I'm going to show you exactly how we take our covers off and how we actually get our filters out. We like to actually inspect and make sure that nothing is broke on our filter cover as well. These two tabs actually make it easy to really release the filter cover or the vent housing, whatever you want to call it. So while we're inspecting our filter, we also want to inspect this, see if it's got any dirt or lint on it as well, and we'll wash this. Dan, if you want to come up here so you can show, this is just from a couple weeks of use as it is. All this lint is in there. So in order for me to get this out, to actually get the filter out, I like to push up on one end and it pulls down the other end. And then I grab it with my finger and I slide it out. You get a look at that. I don't know if you can actually see that. Let's get it over at Ava's bed so you can see all that dirt.
Gross.
Pretty gross. So like we said, you can actually wash these, but if you have to be careful when you're washing these that you don't tear or rip it, or you're going to have to buy new filters and replace them as well. So we have 2 AC units, so I'm going to go through and we're going to perform all those steps 3 more times. So right now Dan is actually outside and he is washing the filter covers along with the actual filters. But I wanted to come back in here and let you know that there's a few other things that you want to make sure you're doing. When you reinstall these filters, you want to make sure that these filters are dry. You want to run your AC with them wet because it's going to cause the dirt to thicken, and basically if you suck up any dirt or air, it's just going to clog it faster and sooner. So you want to make sure they're completely dry when you actually do that. These air conditioners that were installed, so this one came installed from the factory. The one that's in the front was installed when it actually got to the dealer. So the one that came from the factory actually has the RV airflow system in it. So the ducts there are actually plugged, but it actually has, I don't know if you can see it, let me get up there. Has that chunk of what looks like styrofoam, which it really is. It's kind of a hardened styrofoam. That helps push air throughout the whole coach. This coach is designed with the racetrack system, so both ACs work on the same track. So this one helps push the airflow all the way to the end. But I noticed something. I was wanting to see if the back AC actually had the same airflow system. It does not. You can actually use the dump valves from the front AC. But when I got in here, I started looking, and so here's where your air is going to come out, and this is where the airflow system would actually be installed and block all this, so it can just go into the racetrack. But as I'm looking, all these holes, this is all, it's just done. I think that I could actually do this a little bit better. I do have some foil tape that I can use. So before we actually install the filters back in after they dry, I'm actually going to get ahead of the game, and I'm going to start taping off some of those holes to make it run a little bit more efficiently as well. So none of that air that's being produced by that front air conditioner is getting lost in the roof anywhere. So as you can see, I cut a little slit in this forward foam so we could actually feed the wires to the AC back in. I have finished taping up all the gaps that were there from the original install on both sides. I did miss a little bit spots back here. I'll have to come back and hit that up. But as you can see, it looks a lot better. So more airflow will actually flow through the racetrack on both sides versus just leaving it wide open with holes everywhere and then air's just going, you know, into the roof. So now all I gotta do is install the bottom plenum or the bottom casing to the AC, and then go ahead and put the actual filters back in, because Dan has washed them. They are both dry now for the front and the back, and then install the vent covers, and we will be done with this project.
Okay, so Kevin filled the hole in the corner that he pointed out earlier. He filled it up with the foil tape, and it looks great now. We went ahead, put the rest of the plenum back on, the clean air filters and the covers of the air filters, and this is the final product. Okay, so I went outside and I went ahead and hosed down the filter and also the covers that went with them. So they are nice and clean, nice and black, just the way you want them. And you probably want to check it every single week.
But also when you go back to install them, you have ribs on the inside, and you want the bulk of the rib to be on the inside so you can put your actual vent cover back on. And there we go. It's gonna, boom. Tang didn't go in. Guess you gotta make sure you put that. There we go. Boom. All done.
Okay, well, today is a travel day for us, and what we're going to do, because we've been at this park for a week, we've had these big trees, and they're full of moss, which is very beautiful, but it leaves a lot of debris on the roof. It leaves a lot of debris on our carpet that we had laid out, the picnic table, the grill, everything just has all these little seed things. These little things that look like worms, not sure exactly what they are, but they're everywhere. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my trusty broom and I'm gonna go on top of the roof before we bring our slides in, and I'm gonna go ahead and sweep it all off. While I'm up there, I'm going to take a look at our air conditioning shrouds and make sure that nobody set up a nest like a little bird that was walking around the roof, or maybe the squirrels, because we've seen a lot of squirrels climbing up and down the boats and the trailers and everything. I'm going to make sure nobody's set up a little home up there that's actually blocking the air conditioner. So we're going to go up there and take a look at it right now. Actually, I'm quite impressed that this roof is a lot cleaner than I expected it to be. I was expecting to see a lot of these little things falling off, but I still want to go ahead and sweep off all that debris from the trees that's been blowing around before I bring in the slides. And I can see that there's a lot of debris in the eaves troughs, so I'm going to have to wash those off. And I see a little caterpillar. Seem to take refuge up here. But we want to take a look at the air conditioner. This is the front one. Looks okay. Looks like nothing's in there. Nothing down here. I'm going to sweep all these off. So the front one looks good. Let's take a look at the back one. And after a visual check, it looks like the back one seems fine as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep off the roof, sweep off the slides, try to sweep off all the eave troughs that we've got, and that'll be it. Then we can go ahead, bring the slides in, and it'll be travel day. All right, so Kevin's in the back cleaning up the mess, and if you found this video at all helpful, go ahead, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to our channel, and we'll let you know the next time we have another video out. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video is released. So until next time,
where will the road take you? See you next time. As you can see, there are two thumb, I don't know what the hell they call those. That'll be something that you want to actually be consistent.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.